Hello everybody, this is Bulldozer Investing. Today is January 23rd, 2021. It is Saturday, not Friday. I usually record these on the day after closing, but I wanted to give myself a break. It is 2:11 p.m. US Eastern Time. Let's begin our analysis. On Thursday night, we mentioned that market will start down because I drew this box and I said this is a pretty supportive area and we're in it. And we're in right here, so expect a huge, not a huge, but expect a shocking down, and it happened right after. So I usually record these before futures start, so I had no clue what was going to happen. I was just analyzing the chart, and we were spot on. And what happened during the day is that it hit the 50% fib extension, and I'm not promoting my Twitter account, but this is what I got to say. When I record the videos, I record them after hours, right? So when I say something after hours and I say expect a down day, I have to tell you when to pick up things. So that's when I posted right here. I don't know how we can get the time or anything, but they would give us the time. 9:19 a.m. So before 9:30. As mentioned yesterday's video, right after the market closed, we got a pullback. I will start nibbling. And then right on 9:35, picked up Apple and Amazon and some calls. And most importantly, when I mentioned Palantir had some time, so look at this time, 9:50. Okay, this is before the run. I put the picture, so this is before the huge run. Okay, I mentioned that it still might need time on yesterday's video. However, MACD on the daily looks ready. Purchase calls again. If it holds today, look for the rip to the upside next week. Well, I didn't even wait next week. Unbelievable. Hit the 50, 100% fib right there. And this is right on the close. It is just amazing that how these fib extensions work. Okay. So right here. Would it need a rest? We'll go over Palantir afterwards, but what I have to tell you guys is that the whole point why I showed you this is because when I say something on the video, I don't have a control. I can't just go ahead and record video and then put it live on Twitter again. It just takes too much time. So I go ahead and tweet. So if you're following me on YouTube, give us a follow on Twitter. I'm not trying to pump up my Twitter follow, but if you're following names that we're reviewing and you have the name, right? You want to have a live update, then you should follow Twitter, my alerts, so that you're ready. And I don't tweet a lot, right? So I only tweet when I have to. Bulldozer_INVST. I did change my picture and my name so that it, a lot of people wonder, like, is this a fake guy or something? Like, that's me. Okay, I want it to be more real rather than putting logo pictures and stuff like that. So go ahead and give us a follow, and we'll go ahead and give you live updates, especially the ones that we had mentioned on the video. Let's take a look at SPY. So SPY, this is on as we have been mentioning, it's a bullish run, and it hit the fit. So this is how I basically got in and said, okay, market is turning back. VIX hit 50% fib, and on the other side, SPY hit 50% fib. Now SPY closed, down. That's fine. But it did close green, so it closed higher than the opening, and it's just trading between the 61.8 fib line and 50% fib line. I believe that we're going to go ahead and flag up and hit 390. Money is flowing in. Of course, I don't like money being printed and pumped and the inflation happens. If that's the way to fix the economy, I don't really think so, but I mean, they're educated people. They've been doing this thing forever. Who am I to tell anything? So we'll see what happens in 10, 15 years. But I'll go ahead and say this. We won't have a real crash like coronavirus unless we get like a shocking huge news. But the recovery will be even harder because of the amount of money that's being printed. Liquidity in the market is no issue anymore. There will be profit taking. We might have like a 2-3% days, maybe 5% week down, but the recovery from that will be even greater. Okay, I think that before, the institutions, the investment funds, firms, managers used to control the market, but not anymore. Those retail investors that were being made fun of and looked down is now controlling the market. Huge short squeezes are happening, and I think that instead of going into big names, we have to pick small names that give us higher percentages of gains. Okay, and we're going to go over that, how we should hold the strategy of trading and investing in this condition of the market. Okay, so SPY looks bullish. I would say if I have drawn this blue line. Worst case scenario, we'll test the bottom of this candle. But again, I was expecting this yellow box, but pretty strong support. Money is being pumped into the market. I would say that we're going to go to the upside of 390. Okay. Apple. So Apple is another name that I thought that we're going to have a pullback on the video. But what did I say at 919? I said I will start nibbling things. And then what did I say at 950? I got Apple, calls and common. So right at the bottom, that's where we purchased calls and common shares, and Apple is moving to 151. Apple is definitely moving to 151, either after earnings or before earnings, and I've always been bullish, even though, remember, we had all-time highs, and I said I'm expecting a pullback to 127, 126, and we did that. And I said, don't believe this rip. We're probably going to go down. Again, we did that. As soon as we recovered, right around here, I told that I purchased $140 call for January 29th at around 77, 87, around that range. Bam, 400%. Okay. So, I sold those calls, of course, and I repurchased them on Friday. I'll tell you what we did on the account afterwards. So this account is for the videos, the journey account. So whatever I say on the videos, I am doing it on action. Okay. So just wanted to show you guys that whatever we're saying, we're actually doing. On my other account, of course, I purchase and do other things, risky things here and there. But this journey account is purely for educational purposes. It is not an financial advising channel. I don't really like to tell people, go buy this, go buy that. I am telling on the videos what I'm buying, and it's only my opinion. So you have to do your own due diligence. I've always been bullish on Apple. And even to this upside, I said, even when we're going down, I said we're going down, but in the long term, Apple is bullish. I kept saying that. What is my target? 151, obviously we call that. But my ultimate target is around, the most bullish scenario is 200, but I think 180s is doable. Don't ask me time if you're playing options. I don't want, so a lot of people tell me, oh, give us time, give us time. Reason why they're asking half the time is because they want to buy options. And I only buy options to leverage my common shares. Okay? I don't really buy options to make money, just so this is, somebody asked me how do you trade options. This is my strategy. So let's go ahead and do this. If I have, I'll make it simple and easy to analyze the numbers. If I have $10,000 worth of Apple, or if I want to buy $15,000 of Apple, but I need that 5K to average down somewhere, I need to make a purchase, I only buy $10,000 worth of common shares, and then I buy $500 worth of option. So what happens then is, or I'll buy $9,000 common share, $1,000 worth of options, and I buy it like slowly. So that will give me the leverage. So instead of I'll spend that $5,000 on somewhere else and still make the same amount of money. So that's how I play options. Now, how do you buy and purchase and sell all the Greeks, deltas, and stuff? I am not an expert on it. I can't really tell you the gamma and stuff like that. That's not my expertise, okay? Now, this is a powerful move. This is, and NIO has this and other stocks have it. So let me go ahead and take a screenshot of it and show you a one bullish when you see this formation. So when you see a W, okay, you get a W and you get a flag. So this is a complicated W and a flag and a breakout. We're going all the way up, way above. I would say, I know I said 151, but this is going to be a huge bullish run. Whenever you see, some people call this a dragon formation. I just like to call W and flag, whichever you take, okay? I don't know if this looks like a dragon. I don't know what it is, like breathe out fire or something. But W and a flag, this is a super bullish scenario. That's why I have out of the money options. And I believe that investing in common on this stock will get you somewhere eventually by summer. So right here. Even though the Pitchfork says by March it's 180, I don't know. I mean, unless they have like super high earnings and beat expectations like left and right, and say like we're doing Apple Car on like the earnings call, it'll then be March 200. Okay? I don't know. Maybe I should play a lotto, just buy like a single call for March, 200. That'll be just like burning my money. But let's see what happens. NIO. I kept saying NIO is bullish, and I will keep on saying it's still bullish. So again, we see this, right? Let's take a picture of this again. This is a complicated W and a flag. Sometimes a W can go up higher and go like this, but so it doesn't matter. Broke the flag, same scenario as Apple. We're seeing 69.90, so $70, okay, somewhere around there, and more to the upside 80. I think even one of the analysts said 80. I don't really follow analysts, but I follow charts. But this is a good run. This is going to be a good run. And I said that I had the Feb 19. I sold them. So I said I had Feb 19 60 calls. I sold them. I could have waited, but I'll tell you what happened. I made a stupid move. I'll have to tell you so you guys can like learn a lesson from me. Learn a lesson from my mistake, not from me. From my mistake, my stupidity. But yeah, bullish run again. I see 69 and 86. So people who've been following, I know I have a really nice follower. I forgot his name. Maybe it was it wasn't an actual name. It was a Twitter handle. But he's been asking me, what's going to happen to NIO since we were here? I said, don't worry. I see $60. And before the NIO day, I told him that, hit the $60, even more. He said, what's going to happen? And I covered that, right? We draw these boxes because I don't draw these boxes for no reason. And I don't want to like cry and complain about some of the things I get on YouTube. Even though you guys see good comments, I don't really block bad comments. YouTube does it on their own. Get like a lot of bad name calling, and I kept saying this to you guys. I don't really do this for likes or dislikes. I do this for a journey, and I always had this hobby of doing this on YouTube, and I started it, right? And a lot of people, if the technicals go the opposite way of what they want to invest into, and they don't like the things that I'm saying, I'm getting insults. Only like less than 300 followers. I can't even imagine those great people like Pru, Saxena, and a lot of other names. I'm sorry if I forget them, but a lot of great investors like Trader Stuvie and so forth. Like they do like much better than me. I'm just here to like teach you average how to handle things. And if you've seen me, I'm pretty accurate. And yeah, do we get things wrong? Yeah. But I do go ahead and fix things up on Twitter right afterwards, so we're never too late. But anyhow, I can't even imagine the hatred, all these nasty comments that they would get with all those followers. And I'm here with like less than 300 on YouTube, and I get like enormous hatred on some of the things I say. It's in this dislike. Reason why I opened this is I'm not really complaining. I don't really care because it's my own opinion, right? So, but the thing is this, somebody made fun of me and called me like nasty names that YouTube blocked about these yellow boxes and fibs he made fun of. But I mean, is this something to make fun of? And I'm going to call, like, you'll be astonished in a couple names that we'll see. And I draw this on the spot real on live on YouTube. So you can't really say I do these aftermath, right? I do it way before. So we get the support and we run. And it's obviously there's a resistance here, but I think it's going to be a short one. We might flag a little, but target is 70 bucks right now. Okay. Another name is Lee. Now Lee, I drew up a little before because I saw this as a Twitter message, and I really like him. You know, he's been following us from day one, and you know, giving me constructive comments, and I really, you know, respect him for that. So I wanted to draw this up before the video. Now we did this before, right? It didn't work out. Now a lot of times I say this technically. If you see a bearish divergence on the moving day averages and you see a nasty internals, don't sucker in these breakouts. Now I would sell right there, right on this resistance. Get your quick $10, 10%, 5%, whatever, and run away. And this 9-day moving average has been a resisting since then. Try to break out, fell back down. So when should we get in, or should we get in? Now the cloud top has been pretty good support. I believe that the extension, it just hit is trying to get above. I think the next level is 39, 44, and 48, or 47.59. Now, when do we get there? I don't know. I don't have like a magic 8 ball in my hand that gives me time. Usually, again, I repeat myself, people who ask me time is those people who are playing options. I will give you the price targets, and you just have to sit and wait, guys. I mean, there's nothing, it's technical. Sometimes news come out and things change that, I mean, I can't really do anything about. But if you were to compare the NIO chart to Lee, I think NIO chart looks more bullish. I don't care about the valuations at this point. So NIO chart is more bullish. If you wanted to gamble $1,000, would it be Lee or NIO? Obviously, from Lee 34 to 48, I don't know the percentage. And NIO going to 70, you measure the thing and you do your own due diligence and risk analysis, and you do your own investment, right? But I'd rather sleep better and go for this chart right here. This chart is more powerful, way powerful. Okay. CBAT was another request. I believe I just recently reviewed this, right? Let's take a look. I mean, it's fine with me. I'll review it again. But just record all the price targets I give, and you can do your own due diligence, sell or buy, whatever you want. Wow, guys. So for that guy who kind of like cursed and did all these name callings, and YouTube, luckily, I didn't even see the comment. I think YouTube just warned me that you had a comment. I kept clicking on it, and it just disappears. So I think YouTube blocks it. But let's see the high on here. High is 8.0. So when I do the highs, right, there's an H here, right? You see the H? So you have to go to the candle, and high is 8.09. Where is my fib extension, guys? 8.09. Okay, just make it bigger here. 8.09. So when I don't know who asked me. I'm sorry, like I can't keep names, but I think this was another follower that constantly gives us comments and thoughts, and thank you for spending your time with us on our channel. When I say something, it's going to go there, and that's what the fib says. That's what the fib says. I don't really like guess these things, right? I don't make these numbers off my head. So what happens from here? Maybe, I don't know why I drew this. Yeah, maybe I pointed out that if it hits here, it'll come back here. Well, we got the first part right. I don't know if we're going to get the second part right, but I mean, 12% is a nice money. I don't know the company. If I made a 12% on a company that I don't know, I'll take the profit. But if you know something about the company, and if you think it's going to go higher, my next target is $9.95. But again, this being said, that I don't know the company, I don't know if it's news driven, I don't know what's going on. This is purely technical. Okay, you're blindsiding. I don't know. Like, I'm just doing the technical work here, and you guys decide if my technicals are on point or off point. If you think I'm on point and if you think I'm making sense, fine. Give us a follow, subscribe, get your friends, have them taking advantage of these free lessons in technical analysis, and we'll go ahead and do better. The more followers I get, the more motivated I get, and I do this with passion, and my passion increases as I see more followers, obviously. That being said, if you don't like something, if you think that I'm doing bad, or if you think that I'm doing something wrong, go ahead, give us a message on Twitter or YouTube comment, and we'll go ahead and try to make things better or try to see what we're doing wrong. Okay? All right, so FCEL was another request. Well, I charted this out again for the follower beforehand. I believe this is going to head towards 2070, 2198. But before that, it needs to break this resistance of $18 area, 1810, 18, like, the low 18s. If it can't, it might get a pullback and retest the 1666, so be careful. However, the earnings did come out, and we got rid of the earnings. This kind of moves with plug, and I've been trading FCEL and plug back when it was 2013 and when plug was $1.20. So nobody can know how these things move better than I do. I breathed plug. I bought and sold plug back when nobody knew what the hydrogen fuel cell was, when Toyota had their first hydrogen cars. So you're gonna, if you want to have my point of view, back then Andrew Left and Citron had noise. When they said something, they crashed plug from, I think it was 1157 or 1250, I could be wrong, for plug. In a single hour, it dropped down to freaking, like, what, $9? Or after that, it went down to the next week, it went down to $4. Now Andrew Left is being teased left and right. They're squeezing him everywhere. Everything he says goes up. Everything he says is going down, it goes up. Okay, so we're in a different era. I don't believe these things will crash because of Biden. It's gonna keep getting bought and pumped. Now, do I think the valuations are making any sense on these companies? No. Plug, to me, it was just basically they made clean batteries for forklifts. It's just a small company off of Buffalo. I did my own due diligence back then in 2013. Their CEO was just pumping the stock left and right, making money, getting out. So I'm not going to call it like some sort of, the company is legit, no doubt about it. It's getting investment, no doubt about it. The sector is hot, no doubt about it. But do I believe the valuation is telling what the company is? No. But we're playing technicals here, right? So FCEL, making the long story short, $20, $20.70 or $21.98 is definitely an area that will be doable. My most bullish case scenario for FCEL will be right here, 26.14. Okay. So that's FCEL for you. On the downside of things, it could go down as far as $13. I'm not saying it would, but I have to give the levels. So the first level to watch out for 1643, and the second level is 13 range. Okay, 13, 14 range. They give you the other case of the scenario, right? But more likely it looks bullish, so I'd say 2070 is the first target. Next is Alibaba. I kind of charted things out yesterday, but I was too tired to do the video, so I'd go ahead and do it now. It speeds up things. Well, did we get our most bullish case scenario? Well, pretty close. We said 270. It didn't reach there, but it is reaching here. So I'd say wait till 252. The earnings could be a surprise. Let's see what they have to say. I still cannot get ahead of myself and put money and be comfortable. I believe the stock can easily go to 300. So this is a company that's well worth the valuation. We just talked about valuation, right? This is a good company. It's just the way things are in China. I just don't, I can't promise things to you guys. Any China name, I mean, even NIO, but the EV sector is a little, different spot here. I believe if 252 comes, it's a good place to nibble down and just go for the 300. But again, my market strategy these days, we have so many names that moves hot, like 10, 18%, 20%. Like names like GameStop moving up 70%. So why just sit and wait and waste time? I said that with Excel. I'm going to review Excel in a second. And Excel moved up, so I was kind of wrong on that. But how would I have known that Excel will, just technical-wise, technical standpoint, if I can't see things, I only tell what I see in technical. So right now, Baba could easily go to 300. if the earnings play out, by the way. So I wanted to mention that. TLRY was another request. So all these names are requests. Again, charted this yesterday. I think I might need 4 hours on this one. Yeah, looks better. TLRY, bullish scenario, $20. Bearish scenario, $16. Okay. I don't know the marijuana sector. I don't know the cannabis sector. I think CGC is a better name than TLRY, but on the 4 hours, MACD still needs time. It'll reverse. If you want to get in this name, fine. It's a pennant. It's a descending pennant. I'm not really hot in this sector. Sometimes technicals don't work out on this sector. So I don't want to mislead anybody, right? Even though the chart looks okay, it might come down back to 1670. It will try to push its way up to 1980s or in $20 range. Okay. Square, another request. So Square, options are pretty expensive on this thing. If you want to play out the earnings, they do have great earnings. What I will do, just quick thoughts for Square. You want to buy it here, that's fine. You can also buy it around 214 area. But I think this thing is going to wait out for the earnings. I don't expect a huge breakout. Now, you can see a breakout to 226, 227. Don't get sucked into it, because I don't see, like, when you want to break out, right? I want to see something like this. So breaks out, falls, right? Then you get a clear support at cloud. That's where you buy. So you might have a breakout, come back, get a support at the cloud, maybe take its time until the earnings, and then you buy. First target for this one is 236, 241, 255, and then 280s is the ultimate bullish target. Okay? So you do your own due diligence and try to do things, but clearly you want to see a rounded bottom, clear support on the moving day average, then you get it. You don't want to get sucked in like this, right? Pulls up, then comes down. UMWC was another request. I looked at the name. I don't want to chart it because I only saw one single candle. It's a new company. If a company has no chart, guys, please don't request. I do respect, and I really like the comments. I really like the requests, but unfortunately, so I'll just show you what I mean by that, right? So if you look at WMC, which is this one right here, it might be a great company, but on the daily, at least for Thinkorswim, I only get a single candle. I'm not sure if this was a recent merge with a SPAC, so I can't really say anything about this. I'm really sorry. I do like the guy who requested it. I think he's one of our early followers as well. I'm really sorry about this, but there's nothing I can do about the technicals on this side. MBRX, we have a follower that requested it. I am not a scientific guy, right, guys? But I believe that this is a nice chart. I don't know what the pipeline is on this, right? But if you take a look at it, so there's a clear resistance right on here. So this thing might move all the way to 121. It's a penny stock area. Sometimes you just, buy these and forget, and 2 years later they're, $20. So I don't know what the company does, but what I see here is, let's take a picture of it. So what I see here is a rounding bottom. We might go like this, come back, and shoot up. Okay, so the typical cup and handle. But you do have to watch. You see this right here? You do have to watch for this level. So if you come to this level, I'd sell my position, wait, break out, come back, and boom. But again, this, the biosector, biotech doesn't move technical sometimes, so it just shoots up, right? Depending on the news, FDA approval, merger. So, but I believe that if you find a great company, you do your own due diligence. I don't know what Metabasis does. So if you think their business is legit, they have a nice pipeline, and you do your own due diligence and the price is cheap, why not, right? This thing was like 32 cents back then. So, having going up, flag going up. So why not, right? Going up, flag going up for the next one. But it's just that these things do require a lot of due diligence and research. Technical wise, I see $1.21. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the next one, BNGO. I scored on this one multiple times this week, guys. So on the portfolio, I think we made about close to $1,500 or even $2,000 on this one. And remember, our portfolio is small. The trading journey, not a people. Now, like when I post things on Twitter, I buy like 1 or 2 calls, or like 100 shares, 200 shares. People might make fun of us, but the whole point is that they don't know. They need to research. They might need to listen to our YouTube videos. Reason why we have such a small account is because I wanted to start this journey like an average Joe. Okay, so we don't have the day trading advantage. We don't have this and that, right? So what we're gonna do here is, why is this 100% fib? Where am I basing this off of? Oh, 1 second, guys. 18. Let me see. 995. So what I was saying was, we don't have a huge account, large account. We don't really like do this with $100,000. I want it to be fair with everybody. If I trade this journey, I want it to be like everybody else. And I'm not a millionaire myself either. Yeah. Self-taught, self-learned, made myself what I am today, not from stock market, of course, but what I'm doing, professionally. Stock market, I'm not doing it professionally. And that's why I keep saying I'm not a professional advisor. I'm only doing technical charts for hobby and for those who want to learn. So right now, what I think is this is going to move towards right here, 1177. We might flag, get a support at 9-day moving average, which is 972, and shoot up. Now, I believe I did some due diligence on this company. At first, when I saw the chart, guys, somebody told me, I think it was my sister, she's like, I got in at 5. And I looked at this, I'm like, you might be crazy. Like, no pullback, just ripping, just hold off. And this thing went to like 7 something. I begged her to sell. I'm like, you guys are crazy. Like, you can't just go in. And I freak out because a lot of my friends just give me these charts and I'm like, what are you doing? This thing is ripping. You need to take off some profit. And as soon as I say it rips more, they're like, man, you suck. But the thing is, the reality comes true, and then it goes back down to 4 something, like 390, right? And that's when I said, look, guys, remember, and they're like, teasing me, oh, we told you this, now you're in, and it's $8. I only trade technical. Now, you might give me the name, and the technicals might be bad at the time, or technicals, I can't really know where it's going right now, right at this point. But when it comes down, I know where it's going to go up to. And we've been darn right about the pullback. And a lot of people told me, do I get a chance to buy this back? I don't think so. We told the bottom, and we said this is the bottom, and we sold the top. And my mistake was not holding this, because again, I was trading on and off between two, couple things. And it did pull back. It did get a cloud support. What I did here is that I decided that 9-day moving average is pretty supportive. So right at the close, nearby the close, an hour or two, I bought this thing around 921. I can't recall the exact cent. It could have been 925. I don't know. But I hit the market buy around 920. Okay, so I must have purchased it around there. And bam, it went up. I don't know how much I made, but on that play, I think I made, let's take a look. So on this play, we made $924. I think at one point where it was like 1050, our profit was like almost 1200. And when I purchased this was like right near the end. Portfolio diversity is pretty hard on this, but I did want it to take the chance. So we put, 1,000 shares. Okay, I bought it at 926. That's what it was, or 927. Okay, so I bought it then, 1,000 shares, and I think I'm going to hold this name till the FDA approval. So I am basically, if I'm charting something, if I'm saying I'm buying something, it's not for you to buy. It's my own analysis, and it's for you to do your own due diligence and take your own risk. So don't just because I bought 1,000 shares, you don't have to buy 1,000 shares. Again, it's our portfolio, right? We started as $10,000. When Palantir went down, I said we have to average. We'll talk about Palantir in a second. And we put down another $4,900, and we are where we are today because of it. Okay. Sometimes you have to handle the losing psychology, know when to average and know when to sell, and that's what we exactly did. So next up is Palantir, actually. So I'm sorry. Okay. Palantir. Now remember when I said on the last video on Thursday, it might need some time, and we're not on it. We sold our position at 27.77. It went down to 25. We nibbled, we day traded it. We took, $100, $200, well sell. And I said, I'm waiting, right? And when this thing didn't shoot up. So that's why I keep saying, and I probably said this, early in the beginning of the video, always follow our Twitter. Now, when was this? Friday at 9:50, before the huge run-up. Mentioned that it still might need time on yesterday's video. However, MACD looks ready on the daily. Purchase calls again. I couldn't purchase other things because it would have been a day trade. By then, I bought Apple, Amazon, and other things. So I had to purchase the calls. And boy, I was right on it. I said purchase calls. If it holds today for a rip, we look for a rip to the upside next week, and it didn't even wait for next week. I thought we'd be 100% fit by next week. I thought we were going to go to 28.74 then on Friday. We got there, we held, we pulled the back slowly, and it just ripped with high volume. MACD, everything about this is going to go to $38, guys. No doubt about it. Okay. The options I hold, I'm not sure if I showed them. I didn't buy a lot, but it paid off. It paid off. We got the $30 calls for Feb 19. I think I'm just going to hold this till the earnings. 180%. Now, if I held my, 1,635 shares, our portfolio will be much higher, but I had to shake things off because I was heavily margined. I had to go in heavy cash position and try to, weigh the market because I wasn't so sure, the VIX being so low and so forth. But overall, we're happy. We recovered. We made good money, 180%. Now then, after that, I purchased, and this is kind of a gamble in a way, but not a lot, just small, $196 play. Through the end of the day, I bought it. Feb 5th, $40. Okay. This is purely the demo day play. And if we hit 38, I'm probably going to make another 200% on these. Not a lot of money, obviously. I'm not putting a lot of money because all my money is on Apple right now. Well, not all, but just saying I waited. So Apple, I purchased, $10,800 worth. Of course, I'm using margin right now, but 3%, that's pretty good. We're in Amazon, I think, where most of our money is. It's $5, that's fine. So we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I think I might sell Amazon and just wait for the earnings day because I think I can use the money elsewhere. So I'll tell you the story. Well, let me finish the review and I'll tell you the story, how I handled the losing psychology, what I looked at things and recovered the $1,800 loss and finished the day with $700 profit. Now, I have to tell you my mistakes so you can learn from my mistakes. Let's take a look at the next list. Let's see what's next in the list. LAZR, or actually the company is called Luminar, I think. Yep, Luminar. So many names I just can't keep up. I posted this on Twitter yesterday night. Kind of like I was sleeping, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just like searching stocks. Let me see where Twitter, yeah. Posted this yesterday night, pretty late actually. I was like, what, 11:56? Look at this chart, guys. This is on the phone basically, but it's a beautiful setup. So I thought that, I said that I'm just gonna cover it up on the video because I do think that it looks really nice. Now let's clear up the chart and we'll do a fresh new drawings. Well, I don't know what it does. Let's just do it one by one. I don't want like other drawings to be, I don't know if it's just this stock. Okay. And let's go ahead and do daily and let's do maybe like 6 months. Well, I don't know if that made anything better. Okay. Now, there's two things we can say about this, right? And again, like I keep mentioning, I'm not a pro. I've self-taught for the past 12 years, okay? This could be a cup and a very long handle, okay? You can look at it that way. And if it rips, it's going to go back to $47. We'll do all the fib and analysis and everything else with it, and we'll look at FinViz of what the, I don't think there's a great amount of shorts in this, but the float is about like 100 million, I think, the shares float. Or you can say something like this, just gonna break out, and it looks like it broke out. So we'll do like, this is a rough sketch, but I'm just trying to tell you what things will look like. Or what I'm thinking, like as soon as I look at a chart, you have to go, so how I see things, right? Google chart, like you can go to Google, let's do that. You can go to Google and say chart patterns. I'm sure there are like lots of great sources. Investopedia is one of them. Site is pretty good. Now, again, a pennant and a breakout, right? What did they say about this? Yeah, pennant. So you have to know, like, what is a flag? What is a bear flag? Bull flag? What is a wedge? So just memorize them, right? And this is a failed one. This is a failed triangle. So it could have went up to the upside. So that's why sometimes, like, when I do these triangles, I'm like, I don't know which way it could go, because Palantir could have ended up this way too. Yep, cup and handle, okay? Cup and handle. So we talked about it, right? So this is bullish scenario because it has the higher lows. So memorize it, right? Maybe get a printout of these things. As you get more familiar with these, so this is basically how Palantir did. False breakout, came back, and then it broke out. So you might want to memorize these things and then look at an empty chart. So what do I see? Memorizing the chart patterns, what do I see? I see a cup and a handle. Okay. I see a big triangle. That's how you can first get yourself familiarized with how to read charts. The easiest way. Now, the second way is studying the technicals, like the, moving day averages. What are the most common ones used? What are the internal measures like MACD, stochastics, RSI? Once you know how to read them, and you just practice. That's all, guys. That's what I did. I'm nothing special. I'm not an ex-Wall Street. I'm not, big shot guy playing with millions. Just here to do a journey with you guys and just teach you what I've learned previously, self-taught. So Cloud Top sitting here is pretty supportive. I believe this thing has a room to go high. So my extension on the Palantir was pretty similar to this. I took the low after the breakdown, the high of the recovery, and the previous low after that. Now, my first target for this one is, again, I like to be conservative with targets. Like, I never say, like, just to catch attention. I could easily put 2-3 rocket ships on my cover video and say LAZR going to $200 and do like a silly face and get like, 200K followers or something. Like, I think these guys are clowns, no offense. They do any kind of dirty trick and catch people's naiveness to get some clicks and get paid. I'm here to educate. I don't care about the clicks. I'm just warning you guys, when you see freaking rockets on a YouTube video, don't watch it. It's a clickbait. So having said that, I just find these people just trash. I mean, like, they put a chart on their cover video. You click on the videos. The guy opens up a freaking... Okay, this is how they do technical analysis, guys. Let's say this, right? We reviewed BNGO. The guy reviews BNGO like this. Freaking Yahoo chart comes up. I don't know if this is Google, but some of them use Yahoo charts. Oh, looking at this, yeah, we're going to $200. Like, get that, like, just please don't give these people chance, because the more you watch, the more they're going to get heard, the more people are going to follow, and they're just going to go ahead and mislead people. How do you do a chart analysis off of a Yahoo or Google search? Please, just be careful who you're following. I mean, internet is a free world. You can follow what you want. I can give names. I can give lists of who I follow, who I think are really good, and you can follow them. But just fools like this putting 2-3 rocket ships on their cover video and do like a silly surprise face and put NIO 200, just please don't give them credit, guys. They're just fool clowns trying to make money off your back. We're here to educate and have you make money. That's the opposite, right? I'm not trying to make money off of your back. I'm trying to help you to learn, to have you teach how to fish and to have you make money. Okay. So this is here at pretty good support area on the 9-day moving average and also the 20-day moving average. Area is 31.91. It's a good area to average down if it goes down. I am going to get in the stock. Maybe I'll sell my shares of Amazon and slowly just dip in this and just catch this. 37, 38 will be my selling area right off the bat. Have it come down, and then obviously we're going to see 46 bucks and more. And more. My ultimate target for this one is 57 bucks. If Tesla gets great earnings, or if you do due diligence on this company, I believe they have a lot of patents and everything. It's a legit company. Let's take a look at Finviz. And look at the chart. It's more cleaned out. It's ready to explode, guys. I mean, like the short. So the thing with Palantir is that it has a lot of shares. I mean, I don't know how many shares right now, but I think they have like 2 billion or something, right? Let's take a look at Palantir. I don't know how many of them are locked and how many are right now on the market, but total of 1 billion shares, 1.06, and outstanding is 1.65. I don't know right now the market, like, I don't know if they're going to be 100%, like, I think this is what it is, 1.6 billion, but out of that shares float, I don't know if some of them are locked or they're all open right now. I don't know. So not a lot of shorts as much as we like to see on this, but pretty damn, this is a beautiful breakout, guys. This is just astonishing to watch. And right now, if you missed Palantir has a long way to go. You can be a long-term investor. This is very similar. On a breakout like this, you can easily see 40, 45, 50. And the shares float is 1/10 of it, almost 1/10 of it. I wish the shorts were higher, but as you can see, this is gonna run faster than Palantir because of the shares float. So when this runs, it takes off a lot higher. You know, I mean, yeah, Palantir moved from $10 to 37. This thing moved $10 to 45. So give or take, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, put my money where my mouth is. So I'm gonna buy this. I love the chart. And last but not least, FCEL is another company that I was told to look at. And I might have misled, or I might have just said, you know, there are other companies that run much faster. You know, Palantir ran, you know, better, but 9% I'll take. I mean, 9%, I mean, forget it. When I make 6% a week, I'm happy, right? So we were in right here, right? We were in somewhere here. I said it might fall down more. It might just take its time until the breakout, but pretty much got in the cloud, supported. I like the chart right now. It kind of fixed itself. My target on this one is 23. It was 23, and it did touch that area to the point, and it just fell down. I said, watch for this channel, right? I had this right here. I had the upper channel, lower channel. I said it's straight in between, but if it breaks down, it'll go to $20, which it did, and then break down harder. Now it broke back down to 20, above 20. I believe, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Let's zoom in. Let's erase everything here. I do think the moving averages are going a little bullish. If this thing drops to 19, like high 19s, it's a good place, but I still don't see a bullish scenario. Like it might go up again to the cloud, like 21, might have another 9-day moving average, but using the Ichimoku cloud, right? When you break above the green cloud, let the first rip happen, come back down, and then when you purchase it and go long. I can't say go long with it. Now, do I think it's better than Helion? Yeah. The charts, they'll probably move together, but I just can't really say again. It'll go to, you know, $21, but it's not ready yet. It's not like, you know, when it's ready, I'll post it. Like kind of like, you know, if I'm wrong, I'll post it, right? So when Palantir, I said it's not ready yet, and I'm like the next day I'm like, oop, there you go, the technicals are ready, and I posted it right away. I'd rather take LAZR chart than FCEL chart any day. I mean, look at this coiling up. What a beauty. But again, remember the patterns that I showed you? The triangles can go anyway, break down or break up. We're looking at the bullish scenario. Now let's look at the bearish scenario on this one, right? Right afterwards, I'm going to put like 3 rockets on my and say like LAZR going to 200. Yeah, you can see 23 of the bearish scenario. So you take your due diligence, you research the company, you research the EV sector. I really like this chart. It could very well be the next Palantir, not in terms of the company, but in terms of the chart. I cannot say enough of this. I just want to make a poster of it and look at this beauty. Okay. So that being said, thank you for spending your time with me for the last 54 minutes. Please, if you like the video, support us, subscribe, give us a like, tell your friends about us. Free service, educational purposes only. not giving trade alerts, anything else. I'm giving posts on Twitter on things that I buy, and I post my journey. And for those who are wondering, you talked about your portfolio. You said you're open to public. Let's see your portfolio. This is our portfolio. As we mentioned, for the last 3 months, our starting was like 14.9, something like that, right? So we went up to 22,999. I was so frustrated that I couldn't hit 23K, and then bam. So this is the losing psychology, right? Now, if you believe in the company, we were at Palantir. If you believe in the company, you believe in their tech. First of all, we were up here because of Palantir. I bought Palantir when I had $19,000. We went up. The issue was Palantir crashed down. So if you believe in the company and you have more cash, so up here, we put up, down here, I put margin. And then when we crash more, I put 4,900 more. The account was 10,000 even. So then we're almost back down to break even. And look where we are now. I didn't sweat a bit. You can watch my videos. You can watch my analysis on every time I reviewed Palantir. I was so sure that it was going to hit my fib targets. And it did. Now, what went on? So why I wanted to show you this is what went on this week. And why did I say I want to teach you something of I want to teach you what mistake I did so you can learn from my mistake. I was doing great this week, up $1,000, 4.7% on a 40% investment. So I had 60% cash, guys, this week, and I made 4% of the entire portfolio value. So give or take, it would have been, if I were fully invested, it would have been 10%, right? Or maybe even more. But I had money on the side. I felt confident, and I went and bought IBM earnings, knowing that IBM is going to have bad earnings. I don't know what was it. Like, I just put $20,000 and I screwed up. The second I put it, it crashed hard. I lost $1,000 plus I was negative. It says 594, but that's a lie, because if you look at the daily, I was down more than, and this doesn't even show, I was down at one point $1,900. Sold everything. Remember I said that I couldn't do day trading because I already bought Apple and Amazon. I said, screw it. I'm not going to put 10,000 on Palantir. I'd rather do options, because I thought Palantir might move, 5% or something, but I thought that if it moves 5%, I'll probably make more money off of the options than the common itself. So I went in, purchased BNGO for the commons, because it moves. I thought that BNGO has better chance of moving up faster, because again, stocks like BNGO, NNDM, Blink, these things move. I'd rather buy these names rather than Apple. Now, Apple moves. I'm bullish on it, but Amazon too, they're gonna go higher on the earnings, so these are earning plays. But I said, okay, let me go ahead and purchase Palantir. Didn't put too much money on it, guys. Only 366, made 180% on it. Now let's take a look at Apple. I said I use options to leverage my common shares. So 1.91% on the Apple. And by the way, this, guys, we purchased 77 cents and then we sold them. I bought them back again at a much lower cost. I sold them around, like, I don't know when, but I got a lower cost and I'm back in, and I made, again, good money on it. If I make 100%, I'll be happy. Now, again, remember our account size. And remember our options versus stocks. So I probably put like 10, 20%, and it's even too much. I think 10% should be the max on options play on your portfolio. So that's why I'm trying to teach you things, right? I could gamble and put $10,000 for Apple's options and I make like 200-300% on it. And then the next couple months, my account could be zero, right? If you play like that. I want to show you consistency. I want to show you structure. If you have, so what happened was I cleaned off all the loss, closed the day with $69 profit. But remember, we're coming back from 1900 loss. And then after hours with BNGO and Apple, and BNGO, I think I was up like 1200 at one point. It was like 1050, it dropped down to 10, like I lost 50 cents basically. So I lost $500. If it lost 50 cents, yeah, at one point it was dollar, this is $1.19, right? So BNGO was at one point 1050, I think. Yeah, 1050. So at the highest level where BNGO was after hours, that's about what, 31 cents. So 31 cents to 1,000 is $310. So 310 plus the 924, that's exactly 1234. So wow, what a coincidence, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I was up. My account was like 1234 on BNGO, which was great. I mean, that's that's more than 10%. So did I miss anything on Palantir? Not really, because I would have put $10,000 on Palantir because I was pretty much locked up in these. It could have been a day trade. I couldn't sell them. And then BNGO, I was like, should I buy BNGO or Palantir? So my regular thought is that Palantir usually goes up 7%, pulls back a little at the end of the day. BNGO can rip up 20-30%. Opposite happened, but I had to be logical. So I said, let me buy Palantir calls, leverage it, and then I'll buy BNGO shares, which can move up like options. So do you see how the mentality worked? I was pretty relaxed, drinking my coffee, losing 1,900 on the portfolio. That's like 10% or something. I was pretty relaxed. I saw VIX hitting the 50 fib. I saw, SPY hitting the 50 fib. Reverse, of course, VIX going up would be, market going down. So I took the chance, cleaned out the stupid mistake I did, and then finished the day at 565. If you do add the pullback on the BNG, I was up like 700 something at one point. So coming back from $1,900 loss to $700 profit, that is how you handle losing psychology. Relax, go take a shower, 5 minutes, will not do anything to the market, you won't miss anything. Get your coffee, take VIX, look at the moving averages, clear up your mind, make your strategy, and you'll get it. If it happens to you the first time, it'll freak out, of course, but being in the market more than 10 years, then you're going to go ahead and you know how to handle losing psychology. Rather it's a daily loss and coming back up, rather it's a long-term loss and coming back up. So overall, 61.36% on the trading journey account. Our goal, as I've said, if you listen to my previous video, was to be 25,000 on February. Now, when I said that, we were invested, what was it? We were invested like $10,000 and we were up $8,000 back then. We were up like 80% at one point, guys, on the because here it says 15, actually our 14.9 something. Like, I think we're a little over than 3 months, but so 80%, and we gave up. So I had to add money on it, right? So what happened is actually we couldn't make time. Right now we're at 19,000 according to the old value. So we might have to pull some plugs and maybe invest more on BNGO. Maybe the earnings will push us up. If we come back, even if I'm over 25 and I could do day trade, I'm happy. But a lot of people can make 200, 300, 400% in 3 months. But what I'm trying to do with this account is show you the proper ways, proper risk taking, and proper trading strategies that I think it's proper. Maybe it's not. And show you how to, risk analysis, show you how to do risk analysis, show you how to get out of a losing trade and handling the psychology and all these things. I could have surely put $10,000 for the Apple 140 calls and make 400%, and my account is up 400%. So that's not what I'm here to do, right? I'm not here to teach you gambling. I'm trying to have you guys read the chart, pick the best one, and play the technicals. That's all. Okay. So that was my conclusion. We're over 1 hour. I hope you enjoy the video. Give us a like, subscribe, and enjoy the weekend.